Hi everyone. I haven't vlogged in a long time. It feels like months, but I wanted to just give you a couple updates on what I've been doing and what's going on. Um, let's see. First and foremost, let's geek out a little bit. Um, I recently just bought a Roku Player, which we actually purchased for Tony's parents about 3 months ago. Or, well, they bought it, but we suggested it to them. So that they could watch Netflix on their TV. And I was looking into some of the features of the newer players, and it offered Hulu Plus and Pandora and a whole bunch of other modules or channels as they call it that you could add in. And with the combination of our Netflix subscription for $10.99, our Hulu Plus subscription of $7.99. Pandora, internet radio, and local channels that we now get through our HD antenna, we have successfully eliminated the need for our cable account, our cable box. Granted, the Roku Player and Netflix don't use DVR, and live TV through the HD antenna doesn't give us the ability to rewind or pause, but for live TV, we really don't do that. I mean, the local channels, we watch the news, and when we're watching the news, it's usually on in the background. And for Roku or for Hulu and for Netflix, we can pause it or restart it whenever we want. So I think it's a good thing that we can do that. And in doing this, we are effectively saving something like $60 or $70 a month. Because you figure, okay, so yes, we're paying $10 for Netflix, and we're paying $8 conservatively for Hulu. That's $18 versus $49.95 for basic cable, $10 for DVR and the HD box, plus whatever extras we have on the system. So I'm looking forward to getting rid of cable and going with that solution. What does that mean for good TV shows and whatnot? Well, Hulu Plus gets all of their content 24 to 48 hours after the content is officially released. So, for example, if I want to watch the latest episode of Biggest Loser, I can't do it on Monday night or whenever it's recording, or whenever it was normally recorded for us. I would have to watch it on Tuesday or Wednesday, which not a big deal because we have absolutely no concept. With the DVR, we have no concept of what is actually on at what time. We just record things and then play them when we see them. So it really doesn't matter as long as we get to see the latest episodes. Now, as far as Glee and whatnot, we won't get to watch it live, but we never do. I mean, we can watch it live because the HD antenna gives us ABC, CBS, Fox, etc., but we can't record it. But then a day later, it comes out on Hulu Plus, so we kind of did record it, if that makes sense. Anyway, so that's my technology geeky thing that I'm really excited about. Another way we're trying to save money is we're getting rid of our home phone line. And the reason I had the home phone line was because I work from home, and I wanted some kind of backup with my cellular service. Well, I have yet to have any problems with, surprisingly enough, with AT&T. They've been just fine here. And I have so many rollover minutes, and we have a family plan, and unlimited this and that I'm really not concerned about it. Plus, I have a phone line on my work computer because I have voice over IP. So if I really need a landline, I have one through my computer here at work. The problem with that is if I get rid of the landline, then our security system doesn't work. And I found out that canceling security or even disabling it or postponing it is hell. It is ridiculous. So what we'll probably end up doing is going with a cellular solution or something like that. We are on a 3-year contract, which I didn't know about with ADT, and I guess it's my fault for not reading the fine print, but the sales agent that I spoke to was very adamant about, oh yeah, we're real flexible, and as long as you keep the system for a year, we don't really care after that, because then we can make our money back and whatever. And I thought, okay, well, if things change, if I have to move or whatever, then I'll cancel it after a year. Or, whatever. And the neighborhood is so safe that I wasn't really worried about it. But I guess it's $35 a month plus whatever it will cost for the phone line. And I can't just get a plain phone line here, and it doesn't support like Vonage or Magic Jack or anything like that. So I have to figure that out. More than likely, I have to go with a cellular solution that they will install at some cost. I don't know. But hopefully that won't add too much to the bill. Regardless, I'm still going to be saving 20 bucks a month because I won't have a full phone line in the house. Let's see what else. I was in Milwaukee for a week. Let's see, ADT. I'm noting everything so I can type it all up too. Phone line. I was in Milwaukee for a week. I stayed from Sunday to Sunday, or Sunday to Monday actually, because there was some issues with me being on call and not being able to make my flight. But Tony got to visit for the last 3 days of it. That was nice, or last couple days of it. So he got to see some of our friends in Milwaukee, and I got to do a lot of nostalgic visiting and hanging out with people and fixing computers and hanging out. And I didn't rent a car, so I learned the value of public transportation. And oh, that's another big thing. So Milwaukee visit. Okay, so Tony and I are trying to figure out how to save some money, and we're not hurting for money or anything like that. It's just my car is really expensive. I had to roll over my last car into this loan. Sorry, what am I trying to say? Oh, I had to roll over my last car, Roxy, which was my Dodge Stratus, into this car loan. And the only way I could do that was to get a loan for obviously 120% of what the value of the new car, which is the Ford Fusion, was worth. And I've been paying it off for about 3 years, but in order, most banks and companies, when you get a loan for more than what the car is worth, they increase the interest rate to compensate for that, to kind of make up for the collateral. Well, because of that, I'm paying like $500 a month for my car that should be a $300 a month car. So what we're trying to do is we are trying to go down to either a lower payment or get rid of this car and get a new car with a lower payment. And so we have recently signed up for Southwest Credit Union, which is, if any of you have been a part of a credit union for your work or for school or for your union or whatever, this is basically the same thing. Southwest established a bank for their employees called the Southwest Credit Union, and because Tony is an employee there, we get to sign up. And they have really good interest rates, something like 1.9% on collateral loans and like 3% on auto loans, and all this crazy rates. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to see if we can refinance my car under them, which will lower our rates, obviously, and our monthly income. We're also trying to refinance so that I can get Tony on the car, so that we can actually start combining things, because we have the house together, we have our bills together, but the cars are kind of separate. And not that I think anything's going to happen to me, but if it does, I don't want him to lose the car. And I mean, there's other things involved as far as it'll help our credit rating to have a paid off vehicle in both of our names, things like that. Because obviously with the house, I took a huge dig in my credit. Meaning, that's my debt to income ratio is huge. And since originally we did it in my name with a refinance later, because Tony had his condo, we are going to try to figure out how to build up our credit again in our ratings and all that kind of stuff. So with that in mind, we're looking for ideas on how to get that accomplished, whether that be to trade in both cars and finance a new car and have them roll out whatever I owe on my car, JD, or refinance it in his name or whatever. So I'm hitting my 10-minute mark, and I know I've rambled a lot, but I hope that that kind of gives you an idea of what's going through my mind. And for those of you that care, I am growing my hair out again, which is why I have all these flyaways. I'm trying to grow a little bit longer, and we'll see where that goes. I may get sick of it and cut it all off, but whatever. Anyway, love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.